A very warm good afternoon to all of you. I welcome you all in digital class of biology. Dear students, as you all know that yesterday we have finished the chapter tissue, and I'm hoping that you all know everything about that chapter. But if still there is any query, don't hesitate to call me. Okay? And today I would like to start with the exercise of this chapter. Okay, I hope so that you all are excited. Okay, but before that I would like to motivate you all with the beautiful sayings of Lord Krishna. Dear student, he says that whatever you do, make it an offering to me. The food you eat, the sacrifices you make, the help you give, and even your sufferings. Understood? Dear student, offer everything to him. Okay, whatever you eat, whether it is pizza or simple dal chawal, or if you are making any sacrifice, just ask Krishna that Krishna tere arpan. Okay, and if you are helping someone, then also ask Krishna that I have helped this particular person, okay, and I'm offering that help also to you. And even if you are suffering from any pain, okay, offer that also to Lord Krishna. He will look after all those things, and you just keep doing your own karma. Okay, I hope so that you have got the deep meaning behind this beautiful thought, okay, of Krishna, which he mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, these are not at all false thing. Okay, these are true, and you have to keep these things in your mind. Okay, and with positive mindset we will start with our exercise of chapter tissue. So I hope so that the picture is visible to you. In this lecture we will study about exercise. Okay, so our first question of exercise is define the term tissue. Okay, we all know that what is tissue. Okay, because it is the main term that you must know. Okay, if you don't know about tissue, means you haven't understood the chapter. Clear? So what are tissues? Tissues are a group of cell which are similar in structure. Okay, means it is your cell. Okay, when there is group of cells, okay, one cell, two cell, three cell, four cell, okay, they will form a particular structure, and then they will perform one particular function, okay, by working together. What does it mean? Students, suppose it is your kidney. Okay, it is your kidney, and these tissues, they are forming kidney tissues. Understood? Different type of tissues are there in your kidney. Okay, outside there is epithelial tissue. Yes or no? Then after that we have studied about connective tissue. Yes, connective tissues are also there. Which type of connective tissues are there? Blood is there. Okay, there is bone? No, there is no bone in your kidney. Okay, and your areolar tissues are also here, which is providing support to your kidney. Okay, so see here, this epithelial tissue have specific function of providing protection to your kidney. Yes or no? The function of your areolar tissue is to provide support to your kidney. Understood? So in that way they are combining together to perform specific function of a particular organ. Understood? And then one more line they have mentioned here, that this group of cells has a common origin. Okay, what does it mean? I've told you earlier also that suppose it is your one cell. Okay, one cell will give rise to another cell. These two cells will give rise to four more cells. Okay, so we can see that the origin of these four cells are this. Okay, so they have same origin. Okay, I hope so that you all have got an idea that what is tissue. Okay, So with this, I will start with my second question. So this is your second question. How many types of element together make up the xylem tissue, and you have to name them. Okay, we all know that xylem is your complex tissue. Remember that flow chart. First of all, plant tissue is there. Okay, plant tissue, it is of two types, that is your meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Then permanent tissue, it is of two type, that is simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Under simple permanent tissue, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Under complex tissue, xylem and phloem. Okay, so here they are asking that we know that xylem is a complex tissue. Okay, but what are the component of which it is made up of? Okay, so we all know that your xylem is formed of tracheids. Yes or no? Yes. Second is your vessels. Third, xylem parenchyma. And fourth is your xylem fiber. Okay. If I'll draw the structure, okay, see here, this is your xylem. Okay, the function of xylem is to conduct water from root to your shoot. Okay, so these tracheids and vessels, okay, they are tube like structure that will help in transporting water from your root to your shoot, whereas parenchyma, it is providing particular structure to your xylem. Okay, and the function of xylem fiber is to provide support so that it should not bend down. Clear? Okay, so I hope so that you have got an idea that what are different kind of cells of what your xylem is made up of. Clear? Now here I am with my third question, that is, how are simple tissues differ from complex tissue? Okay, your permanent tissue, it is of two type, that is simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Now they are asking that how this simple permanent tissue is different from your complex permanent tissue. So I have told you, as a name suggests, simple tissue, it mean what? It mean that it is made up of only one type of cell. Okay, वो एक ही तरह के सेल का बना होता है, and these cells will coordinate together to perform a common function. Okay, example parenchyma. In case of your parenchyma, see, same kind of cell, they are combined together to form a function of packing and forming the structure of a particular organ. Clear? And about complex tissue, they are made up of more than one type of cell. Okay, example, your xylem and phloem. Your xylem is made up of, just now we have studied, it is made up of your tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fiber, whereas your phloem is made up of your sieve tube, companion cell, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. Okay, so I hope so that you have got an idea that how your simple tissue is different from your complex tissue. Okay, so here I am with my fourth question, that differentiate between parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma on the basis of their cell wall. Okay, these three are your simple permanent tissue, and now you have to differentiate these three simple permanent tissue on the basis of this cell wall. Okay, so first about your parenchyma. Student, the cell wall of parenchyma is primary. Collenchyma is also primary, whereas sclerenchyma is secondary. What does it mean? Means the cell wall of your parenchyma and collenchyma, it is formed earlier, primary section. Okay, earlier section. Okay, or initial section I can say. Okay, so they form their cell wall in the initial stages of their life. Clear? And second is your cell wall, okay, of parenchyma. Okay, they are made up of cellulose. Okay, second, cell wall of your collenchyma are thickened, clear, at the corners due to protein deposition. Okay, we have studied like this, it was. Okay, and it is deposited here at the corners. Clear? And then third is your sclerenchyma. Cell wall is very thick due to the deposition of your lignin deposition. Okay, lignin, okay, it is a chemical which provide strength to your cell wall. Understood? Example, the husk of coconut. Okay, as you have seen that it is very difficult to pull it out from that coconut, okay, because lignin are there, okay, and it is very difficult to pull that lignin. Understood? So I hope so that you have got an idea that how your parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma are different on the basis of their cell wall. The next question is, what are the function of stomata? Okay, first of all you need to know that what are these stomata. Dear students, the stomata are the small pores present in the epidermis of the leaves. Clear? What is this? Okay, when I've done one activity, okay, regarding showing you the internal structure of the leaf, there I have shown you that how your stomata looks like. Okay, so this is your epidermis, okay, and your stomata is here. Clear? So what are these are small pores like window of a room. Clear? From here exchange of gases occur. Okay, from window what happen? Exchange of gases occur. Okay, so similarly with your stomata also same happen. Okay, and then they are saying that stomata are enclosed by two kidney shaped cell. Okay, so these are your two kidney shaped cell, and the name of these kidney shaped cells are guard cell. Okay, this opening is stomata. Clear? Now what are the function? I have told you that it help in the exchange of gases such as carbon dioxide and oxygen with atmosphere. Okay, a carbon dioxide it will take from the atmosphere and oxygen it will release. And second is loss of water in the form of vapor during transpiration. What is transpiration? It is the loss of excess water from the aerial parts of the plant. Okay, so it also help in the loss of water. Getting? In simple word, remember that stomata are like a window of a room. Okay, so it allow the things to enter and exit. So your next question is, diagrammatically you have to show the difference between three type of muscle fiber. Okay, we know that there are three kind of muscle fiber, that is your striated muscle fiber, yes or no, and then your smooth muscle, and then your cardiac muscle. Okay, understood? Cardiac muscle and then smooth muscle. So here you have to draw the diagram and you have to show, okay, its shape, such as of smooth muscle it is spindle shape, okay, and of your cardiac it is slender but branched, okay, and it contains striations, it consists of many nuclei. So in that way you have to draw the diagram in this, okay. Your next question is, what is the specific function of cardiac muscle? Okay, I've told you that where these cardiac muscles are present, cardiac, cardio word is for your heart. Okay, so it is present in the walls of your heart. Clear? As it is mentioned here also, cardiac muscles are involuntary muscle. Involuntary means what? It work according to its own will. Okay, it's not that I will ask that, okay, heart, now it's time to pump blood. No, I don't ask heart to do the same. Okay, but I can ask my skeletal muscle to move. Okay, so your cardiac muscles are involuntary muscles, okay, which have the characteristics of both your smooth and striation muscle. Okay, straightish muscles as they have strips, okay, and smooth muscle, that is it is involuntary like your smooth muscle. Okay, now you need to tell me that what are the different function of your cardiac muscles. First of all, student, I have told you that the cardiac muscle, okay, it allow the contraction and relaxation of the heart. Okay, lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. Okay, it is actually lub dub and not dhak dhak, dhak dhak. Okay, this lub dub is done, okay, with the help of the contraction and relaxation of your cardiac muscle. Okay, and these cardiac muscle, they work tirelessly throughout the life, and suppose if at any moment it will stop contracting and relaxing, you will die. Understood? And that is known as cardiac arrest. Clear to all? And second function is what? The contraction and relaxation of heart muscle, it help to pump and distribute blood to various parts of your body. Okay, I've told you about these things. I hope so that you remember. Next, students, you have to differentiate between straighted, unstraighted, also known as smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. I have told you about shape, okay, that it have cylindrical, it have spindle shape, okay, and it have cylindrical, tapering, as well as branched shape. Okay, if I'll talk about nucleus, your straight muscle are multinucleated, whereas your smooth muscle are uninucleated. Okay, whereas your cardiac, okay, it also contain many nuclei. Striations, okay, they contain striation, they do not have striation, they have striations but faint. Okay, and if I talk about mode of contraction, okay, when they undergo contraction they feel fatigue. Okay, वो जल्दी थक जाते हैं. कौन? straighted muscle or skeletal muscle. Whereas unstraighted or smooth muscle, okay, they do not get fatigue easily. And same with your cardiac muscle, they do not get fatigue easily. Okay, and example where your straightened muscles are present, it is present in your hands, legs, and other skeletal muscles, whereas your unstraighted, it is present in your stomach wall, intestine, all the internal organ except your heart, whereas your cardiac muscle is present in the walls of your heart. Okay, very important question for your board point of view. So now next question is, draw a label diagram of neuron. Okay, this you know. Okay, it consists of two part, that is three part, that is axon, cyton, also known as cell body, and dendrites. Okay, in this question you just have to draw the diagram. Clear? Draw it again, though you have drawn it earlier also, but your duty is to draw it again, because more and more if you will practice, more your hand will be, okay, in the habit of drawing diagram very easily. So draw it again. Next you have to name the followings. Okay, tissue that form inner lining of our mouth, that is your squamous epithelium. Tissue that connect muscle to your bone, yes, it is tendon. Tissue that transport food in plants, phloem, very good. Tissue that store fats in our body, adipose tissue, very good. Connective tissue with the fluid matrix, blood, very good. And last is your tissue which is present in your brain, that is nervous tissue. Okay, student, learn these question, one word question, very easy to learn also, but only possible if you have understood the concept. Okay, next question, students. Identify the type of tissues in the following. You have to identify the, okay, that in skin what type of tissues are there. Stratified squamous epithelium, okay, those squamous epithelium which have many layers. Bark of the tree, it have cork as a protective tissue. In your bone, connective tissues. Lining of your kidney tubule, it have cuboidal epithelium. Okay, and in your vascular bundle, that is xylem and phloem, they have complex permanent tissue. Okay, vascular bundles are what? These are your xylem and phloem. Clear? And these are your complex permanent tissue. We all know this thing. Next is, you have to name the region in which parenchyma tissue is present. Okay, we all know that parenchyma is a simple permanent tissue of angiospermic plant. Angiospermic plants are those plants which have hidden seed, okay, such as your mango. Okay, in that the seeds are hidden inside the ovary. Okay, it is present in the cortex and pith of stem, okay, and roots. Okay, what are these cortex and pith? It is the internal structure of your root. Okay, whenever suppose it is your root, okay, if I'll cut it in this way, these things are visible to me. Okay, this is your epidermis of the root. Okay, then these are cortex, and then finally here I will see the pith. This is your pith. Okay, about the internal structure of these things you will study in your +1 standard if you will keep bio as your major subject. Clear? Next is your, what is the role of epidermis in plant? Okay, I have told you that where this epidermis is present. Epidermis is present at the outer side. Okay, and along with it stomata is there. Clear? So what is its function? Its function is to provide protection. okay, to all the cells which are under it, okay. And it also remain in direct contact with the environment, okay, because it is outside, and it allow any substance such as solid, liquid or gases to enter into the plant or move outside only after passing through the layer, okay. Those materials can move it, and those movement is also with the help of your stomata. Clear? It help in absorption, secretion and gaseous exchange and transpiration. It help in preventing the entry of pathogen, okay. As soon as I have told the word protection, okay, that the function of epidermis is protection, you know that it can provide protection from anything, okay. It can be pathogen. What are pathogen? These are disease causing organism, okay. It doesn't allow those pathogens to enter into the plant and to cause any disease. Your second last question is, how does the cork act as a protective tissue? Where is this cork is present? This cork is present in the bark of your tree, okay. Suppose it is your tree, it is present here, okay. So what are your cork cells? These are the dead cell. We have heard this word cork. Robert Hooke took the thin slice of this cork to observe the cell. I hope so that you have remember, okay. These are your dead cell and do not have any intracellular spaces. Intracellular spaces means like, okay, this is your intracellular space, okay, which we can find in your parenchyma cell, but it doesn't have any intracellular space, means it is present, it is bind with the cement like material. Clear? The cell wall of the cork cell are coated with suberin. See, I have told you this suberin is a waxy substance, okay, and it will make the cell impermeable to water and gases. This waxy substance, that is suberin, will doesn't allow, okay, water and gases to enter or exit, okay. And cork is protective in function. Why? Because it is present outside. So whatever the material that is present at the outer side, its function is to provide protection, okay. And it protect the underlying tissues from desiccation, okay. Desiccation means it doesn't allow water to move out, so आपका जो प्लांट होता है वो सूखता नहीं है, ठीक है। मतलब ज़्यादा पानी के लॉस होने से जो आपका प्लांट है दैट विल नॉट अंडरगो विल्टिंग। क्लियर? एंड इट ऑल्सो प्रोटेक्टेड फ्रॉम इन्फेक्शन एंड मैकेनिकल इंजुरी। क्लियर? Student, your last question is, okay, you need to complete the table, okay. I many time I have told you that permanent tissue, it is of two type, that is simple, complex, okay. Now simple, it is of three type, that is parenchyma, collenchyma it is given, and then sclerenchyma. And complex tissue, it is of two type, that is xylem is given and phloem you need to write. Clear to all? So with this I finished the exercise of chapter tissue. I hope so that you have got everything about this chapter, but if still there is any query, you are free to call me 20, okay, understood, 24/7. Clear? Don't hesitate to call to your teacher, okay. They are always there to help you, okay. Please complete your work, okay, and see you on Monday with your complete work. Understood? Thank you so much, students.